7. We are in Achievers MCQ series and we are in BFM module A. We are right now dealing with international banking, means basically forex. Okay. So let's start. Today's topic is factoring. Factoring is the most important topic in BFM. Why? Because in factoring covers, it's a parallel system to LCs, and many companies in other than banking, they are also in factoring. So follow this topic completely and watch this video till the end. Download Adda 24/7 app in your mobile. In this app, you will be getting the premium study material, current affairs, job alerts, daily quizzes, live lectures, okay, live classes, plus tests, plus notes. You get everything over here, okay. Also, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. 24/7 is important, okay. So, in this channel, you will be getting all the updates for JAIIB, CAIIB and various banking exams, and also the free YouTube series. Whatever is available freely on internet, I think you must be able to grab it. You should grab it. These are the 2 new batches for English and bilingual for CAIIB. Join them ASAP. We are covering all the numericals, objective questions, everything related to these 4 subjects. More on this later. Let's start. So factoring. What is factoring? See here, factoring is defined as a continued agreement between the financial institution known as factor and a business concern, selling goods or services to track the customers. Now, important part which I'll tell you about factoring is, say this. Suppose if there is a bank X, bank B I'll call it, okay, bank B, and there is a customer X. Okay. So when the factoring relationship is established between this bank and the customer, it's not between this bank and the customer and this customer. Suppose imagine this Mr. X is selling, is having business relationships with what? P, Q. Okay, let's consider only 2, P and Q. Okay, this Mr. X is selling to Mr. P since last almost 15 years, and it's going on good. Okay, now the Mr. X wants the finance on, means Mr. X, the credit days for this person is around 2 months. Okay, so Mr. X wants finance on this part. Also, let's say Mr. X is selling to Q also. Now this relationship is hardly 6 months old. He is a new customer. Okay, so what happens now when bank B does a factoring relationship with Mr. X? It's not with this customer Mr. X. Bank B will tell this Mr. X that, see, we will do factoring business with you, but only for this customer P, not for this Q. So the factoring relationship is not established for this customer, but it is established for this customer's relationship with others. It can be X with P also. There can be someone else also who is more than 10 years, and bank is confident about the business relationship over here, because this guy is a new customer. So bank is not that much confident that whether this business will survive or this relationship will survive. So importantly, remember, factoring is based on the relationship, okay, relation of who? Of your customer with his buyers. Okay, got this point, everyone? So factoring is defined as a continuing agreement between the financial institution, that is factor, and a business concern, selling goods or services to track customers on open account basis. Now what is open account basis? See here, there are 2-3 types of businesses, okay, 4 types of basically businesses. One is advance payment, second is open account, third is collections, and fourth is LC. I have covered a separate video on this. Open account means what? Mr. X is selling to Mr. P, and bank is acting only for payment. It is acting only as a mediator for payment. Documentation part bank is not handling in open account. So that's why this should be on open account basis mainly, whereby the factor purchases the client's book debts. See here, factor means this bank. This bank purchases the client's book debts either with or without recourse to the client. So it purchases this P's relationship, means when X finances to X sells the goods to P. Okay, so it purchases this relationship with or without recourse, means what? Whatever P has to pay to Mr. X now, he won't pay to Mr. X, he will pay to bank B. Why? because B has already financed Mr. X on this relationship. What do you mean by without recourse here? With recourse means if Mr. P does not pay tomorrow to the bank. See here, bank has financed this relationship, so bank has already paid Mr. X. Okay, for let's say Mr. X has sold rupees 100 to this goods worth rupees 100 to Mr. P. Okay, X has sold okay, rupees 100 to Mr. P. Okay, rupees 100. I'll write it over here, 100. So what will bank do? Bank will finance B. Okay, bank will finance 80 rupees to Mr. X out of this 100. So this person will be paying after 2 months, but bank immediately pays. Now what will this P do? P won't pay to X. P will pay rupees 100 to bank, full 100. So what will bank do? It will take out its 80 rupees and give remaining 20 rupees to Mr. X. So that without recourse means what? If P does not pay tomorrow, then can bank B recover the funds from Mr. X? Yes. If it is with recourse, then bank B can recover. If it is without recourse, then bank B can't recover. Okay, that's important. See this. This is how it works. Okay. Number 1, exporter and importer. Number 1, goods and invoices. Number 2, copy of invoices submitted to the export factor. Means see this, bank's role comes over here. So the exporter submits the copy of that invoice to export factor. Then number 3 is it does a prepayment. Immediately export factor pays to the exporter. Number 4, it sends the documents to its import factor. Import factor means what? It's an agent of export factor in the country of the importer. What does the import factor do? Step number 5, it checks the statements of the importer. Means it's purchase ledger, and here we are checking the sales ledger, so both should match. 6th is after it checks, it confirms that yes, it is correct. Then what? Importer does the payment to this import factor. Import factor, what does it do? It takes its own commission and gives back the money to the export factor. What does this export factor do? Export factor takes back its money and pays the remaining amount to the exporter. This is how this exporting business, factoring business runs. Okay, simple. What are the services provided by the factors? Debt administration, credit protection, and factor financing. What is debt administration? Managing the sales ledger of the client. See here, sales ledger. So this sales ledger is administered by the bank as such, and it manages also, saving the administrative cost of the bookkeeping, invoicing, etc. So full sales ledger can be controlled by the bank only. Now why am I not saying bank only? Because here the point over here is this factoring company can be a bank, can be an outsider also other than bank. Okay, so it can be bank, it can be any other company. That's why we call it factor over here. Credit protection. The database of the individual buyers built over a period of time by the factor could be used by the client for a fee. So this, whether this Mr. X, see this, Mr. X is selling to P. If it wants to join Mr. Q, start new business with Mr. Q, it may, Mr. X may not have the database of this, how Mr. Q is, whether he is a good customer, but bank B or the factor over here is in this business for long term. So it knows Q, P, all these customers. So this relationship, this is called as credit protection. The database with the factor can be used by the company customer to save the defaultness. Okay. Factor financing. A factor will be able to advance up to 75 to 80% in the of the outstanding debt. So this is a financing part. Okay. Before moving ahead, there is a felicitation program arranged for all those who have cleared JAIIB and CAIIB in November-December 22. Okay. It's on 8th of January, 12 p.m. So definitely attend it. Many of you might have cleared it in the December exam only, November-December series only. Okay. So you definitely attend it. Where is it? It's in Gurugram. Okay. Second floor, Tower Aim, Unitech Cyber Park, Sector 39, Gurugram. Adda 24/7 will reimburse your 3-tier both side tickets. This is very important. So you have only to spend for the food, right, while traveling. So that will be, everything else will be covered by Adda, isn't it? Your ticket is main covered. So that's why I would suggest go for it immediately. Tell your friends also. Now let's come to the question time. What is the maximum debt period permitted under factoring? Maximum debt period. So it is 150, 120, 90, 60. Maximum debt period means how much, for how much time can we finance the customer? Type fast. Okay, it is correct. 150. 150 days is the maximum debt period allowed under factoring. Very good. Second, what is the maximum grace period under the factoring? Grace period means other than 150 days, what extra can I give if there is some serious issue? See here, grace period is not given to each and every client. It is given on a specific case to case basis. But what is that maximum? 150, 120, 90 and 60. It is, type fast. Whoever knows, type fast, because it's a difficult topic. I know factoring is not dealt with on a regular basis in banking, right? That's why it's obvious that many of us don't know it. Alright, it is third, 90 days. Okay, 90 days, correct. Which of the following is not a service provided by the factor in the factoring? Not a service. Here, I have told you 3 services earlier: management of receivables, production of goods, collection of debt, and maintaining the sales ledger. So which one among these is not a service provided by the factor? Type fast. Very easy, isn't it? Very easy, simple one. You can immediately see it over here. Yeah, the answer is correct. Second, production of goods, isn't it? Production of goods means what? To produce the goods. Does a bank go and produce the goods with the customers? No, right? Remaining things we can definitely, these are all related to money. Management of receivables, collection of debt, sales ledger maintenance. These can be definitely handled by the factor, isn't it? Which type of the type of factoring in which the factor recovers amount advanced from the client in case of non-payment by the customer. Just now I told you, right? Bill discounting, non-recourse, recourse and bill collection. Just now I told you, isn't it? I gave you 2 definitions over here. One was recourse and second one was non-recourse, right? Non. So recourse means can recover, can, and the non-recourse means cannot. Okay, cannot recover. So the answer for this is correct. Third, recourse, right? The factor generally makes a payment of -% of the invoice value after acceptance of the bill of exchange. So what percentage of finance is made by the factor? 40, 50, 60 and 80. Generally it is correct. 75 to 80% means 80. This is the answer, right? 80% finance is done by the factor. Okay. So talking about about these 2 new batches, see this. They have already started. One is in English, second is in bilingual. I'll show you how to get the discounts on this here. Very important, because after all money matters, isn't it? So go to Adda 24/7 live. Let's go to Adda 24/7 live. Okay. If you are having the app, I would suggest go on the app, because app is you'll get 1% extra on the app. So go to Adda 24/7. Let me show you. See this. Now we are on Adda 24/7. Click on JAIIB and CAIIB. You'll see this JAIIB, CAIIB, Mahapack and CAIIB 23. Click on CAIIB 23. You can also go for Mahapack, I would suggest. Okay, but I'll show you the batch which is running. See this. Click on this English batch. Once you click on this English batch, see this. You'll get the details of the batch. What are the details? You can go through the details. Take your own time. Okay. There are 4 papers, 4 compulsory papers, right? We are covering all these. Number 1. Number 2, see this. You will be doing all the objective questions, theory and numericals, whatever is required, case studies, right? You can go through the details over here. There are recorded sessions available 24/7. Also, I would suggest go for this Mahapack. I'll show you about Mahapack also. Hold on. Now let's come to the discount part of this fees. 23,999. Click on view offers. Now put the code Y432. Okay, this is very important code. Okay, it will give you huge discounts. Click apply. Now see the fees. 23,999 reduces to 4,799. Means 80% off you are getting. Okay, and this is an investment for lifetime. Go for it. Okay. Also, I would suggest on Mahapack. Check what the Mahapack is. Mahapack gives you much added advantages of many batches. See this. If you go for Mahapak, see this Mahapak, you will see many batches over here. And in fact, see here, click on CAIIB ka Mahapak. How many batches are you getting in Mahapak? Let's look at it. See this. 15 plus full length mock test. Okay. 15 plus batches for, see this over here. 15 plus batches. 15 plus batches for ABM, BFM and BRBL. Okay. And ABFM means all the 4 subjects. Now recorded videos are available, case study batches are available, structured content, full length mock tests are available, strategy sessions are available. It includes all current, 22 is gone now, 23, full syllabus, okay. Now 35,996, this is for Mahapak for all these 15 plus batches. Click on view offers, again put the code Y432. Now look at this, apply, now see the discount. 35,996 reduces to 7,199. Such a huge discount you are getting. Go for it immediately, isn't it? Okay, now I'll tell you what the new portion is. Many of us don't know about the new portion also, isn't it? Because it has just now come in. So this new portion includes 4 compulsory subjects: ABM, BFM, ABFM and BRBL. Also, electives are rural, HR, IT and central banking and rest. There is no retail elective. Negative marking is there. Also, subjective questions would be there. Subjective means you'll have to write the answers. So that's why join the classes, because you'll need a guide over here. So I'll come back tomorrow with another session.